Hey y'all, I just decided I'd pop in real quick. Lots of little things going on, and I want to check in with you guys and see where you think we are on this timeline. What is it like um, wherever you are, your neck of the woods? How's the weather? How are you feeling? Where do you feel we are? See, I'm still being good, y'all. Okay, I'm fixing to drink. I'm getting ready to drink banana juice. Banana juice. I pulled this out of my stockpile. Having lots of those, I guess what you call ascension symptoms. All that cramping stuff is still going on. Let me take a sip. Hold on. It's good. I really like it. And it's good for me too. Okay. Now the title of the video today is Where do you think we are? Or what timeline do you think we are in? And I mean, it's very apparent. Hold on, let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Nicole, hi, sweetheart. I am doing good today. I'm doing good today. I'm staying in that high love vibration, baby. No matter what hits me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, and that's another thing I want to talk to you about. Let me make myself a note because I want to bring that back. I participated, not participated, but I caught a live um, with Dolores Cannon's daughter, who does channeling, like or whatever her mom did, uh, contactee channeling or whatever. But her daughter does it too, and this is the second live that I caught of hers, and again, it seems like I was led to go to pick this up. But anyway, I got some confirmation about something that I think the bells and whistles went off there. But anyway, there's definitely something going on in the whole world. What's occurring now is totally unprecedented with all the turmoil that's happening all over the world. And when you look at it from the biblical standpoint, it looks just like prophecy in the last days. Um, y'all know the whole thing. In the last days, there will be no natural affection. There will be wars and rumors of wars. There will be food shortages, earthquakes, pestilences, all kinds of stuff happening. And we see that stuff happening all over the world, plus some. Plus this whole thing with the Pope juice and mandates that everybody has to have it, and uh, what's going on with our supposedly leader. Did you guys see the town hall meeting? It's painful to watch. It is apparent that something deep is going on in this country. Um, I was listening to a video from David Vose. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to him. And again, I just decided to just do this video just quickly like that. And I always say I'm going to put it in the description, and I always never do it before. But David Vose, he did a video just this morning, the last one he did, and he was talking about the earthquakes in La Palma. And when you look at where the explosions are happening, it looks like a grid pattern, like a hot spot here, and then a hot spot here, and then there's another hot spot here. And then when you look at it from above, it's clear that it's a grid pattern going across this landmass. One part actually looks like an upside down cross. And when he said that, um, what kind of popped in my mind, there was a speech that Obama gave years before when he was either running for president or he was newly appointed president, and he was speaking at some type of convention, I want to say with the UN, and he was saying that America or Americans will be totally caught off guard. He was talking about global warming. He says that Americans would be caught off guard if there was a sudden rise in sea level to where 100-foot waves would come in and totally take out the whole city of New York, the whole East Coast, Gulf Coast, all affecting all the way to the West Coast. All coastal areas of America will be wiped out like that. Why would he say that years and years ago? Why all the movies and apocalyptic things speak about the coastal areas being gone? Remember the movie Planet of the Apes? Remember, I think the first scene was the lead actor on the beach, and you could see the Statue of Liberty crumped over in the ocean. Prophecy or scripted prophecy? It's just funny that they would say the same thing, you know? Then they're also talking about food shortages. And then we look at the barges all backed up. And again, not just in California, but there's a site. Let's see, who was that? Who was that person? That was More Frugal News. Go check his last video out. And he showed what it is, the maritime, or it shows what's happening in the waters all over the world. And when you look at all the backups, it's not only the United States that's backed up, it's worldwide. Because you look at this satellite view and it shows either the red barges are showing the ones that need to be unloaded and they can't get in. It's, when you look at it, you're like, wow. Then it makes you say, better go get you some beans and rice. You better stock up. And again, I think this is all scripted. All of this is scripted. Every bit of it. But I think a caller on More Frugal, a caller that said something about what is the possibility that all of these barges all around the United States is supposed to be products from China. You know, all the stuff we're accustomed to buying, you know, all the stuff that we go to Wally World and everything that you pick up says made in China. And we've become very dependent on all of that stuff from China. But what if instead of these barges being filled with all the stuff we're waiting for, the toilet paper and the toys, you know, for Christmas and all of this stuff, what if it's filled with, instead of a cargo load of tank tops, maybe it's loaded down with a bunch of the same thing I just said, but without the tops from China. Another way to invade I don't know. But when that person said that, it made me think nothing is off limits. Nothing. Could that be another possible plan? And then the light workers, star seeds, whatever you want, the ones that are waking up and don't know what the heck they're doing, but they're waking up, like me and a lot of other, a lot of us are being bombarded with negativity and anything to keep us in that lower vibration. We're being hit hard um, with that, and it's just a reminder for us to be aware of that. To as these things come at us, um, remember who and what we are, and recognize whatever is going on. Again, whatever timeline we're in, if this is prophecy or scripted prophecy or whatever, whatever the scenario is, whatever timeline we are locked into, and I'm totally uh, confirming in my core that this is exactly what's happening. These are different timelines. So the timeline that we're in right now is rough. All this stuff is happening around us. The light workers and star seeds and the awakening ones are being really hit hard. We are being called crazy and stupid and senile. I was just talking to um, a cousin, and when we were talking, we had a good conversation, and then I'm an XJW. Ooh, it's thundering. I'm an XJW, and because of my decision to no longer believe in this religion, I'm considered an apostate. And what an apostate is, the definition of an apostate is that you no longer believe a certain thing and then you have a new belief system. That's what apostate means. But Jehovah's Witnesses demonize the word apostate, and literally, to where someone who has been disfellowshipped is considered spiritually, mentally diseased, demonic, and just work for the devil. But anyway, I was talking to my cousin, and I asked, how my other family, was that are still in the, I'm going to say, cult. They're still in the cult, and they basically said they won't have anything to do with me because I'm worshiping the devil now, because I look into crystals and I speak about astrology and ascension, and I'm totally demonized now. Um, but I expect that, from my still active Jehovah Witness family. And if you guys are listening, I love you so much, and I know that you think that I am crazy and I'm worshiping the devil, but I assure you, I'm not worshiping the devil. Um, Actually, if y'all research of who Jehovah really is, y'all might be the one that's serving the devil. But anyway, if y'all listening, I love you. I love you. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I love you. And I'm not demon possessed, I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. Okay, let's see what else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, just the light. We're being hit hard. A lot of us. And not only by our family, but by our friends, and for a diff for whole lots of different reasons. But for me personally, it's mainly been because of this spiritual journey, because I've stepped out of the whole religious indoctrination and I'm looking outside the box, and I'm finding um, answers, or things that I always wondered about. I'm getting the clarity that I needed, and that's from stepping out of this religious box. Indeed. Um, while, how else can I put this? How else can I put this? I'm finding that this whole poke or not to poke it's causing a huge division. And again, I think it's being done purposefully to further separate us and to cause that fear and to push more guilt. Why won't you get the poke? Hey, I'm doing a video right now, babe. For the Jeep, it's right there. All right. Um, so it's causing a lot of division. And say, for instance, like in my own family, I have a family member, very close family member, who took the poke, and it really bothers me. And we've had that discussion before. And I've had a couple of possible romantic relationships or budding relationships that was put the brakes on immediately because um, we have to be on that same vibration as far as our mindset and where we are on this spiritual path. And if someone that we're interested in each other, if you choose to take the poke, that tells me immediately that we're just not on the same um, wavelength. No, nothing personally against you, but at this point, in my old age, if I'm gonna get into a relationship with someone, we have to be on that same vibrational level. If not, I'm gonna ride the rest of the way by myself. So that has had an effect too. And then too, I have a few friends or acquaintances that I know personally that are really struggling right now. Um, Yeah, there's one in particular that I'm thinking of right now, and I don't know if she would want me to say anything or not, because she's in a pretty bad situation right now. She's kind of stranded, and she's trying to get to a certain spot, and I'm trying to see if I could help her, financially. I'm not in a position, to help her. I need to help myself. But but anyway, um, let me just put it out there. Let me just put it out there. This is a someone that frequents the channel with us here. She's going through a real rough time right now. She's literally stranded on the side of the road. So what I'm trying to do is just come up with just getting her maybe a couple of $100s or something to help her get to her destination where I think she can get some help. But what I'll do, let's see. Let me just what I'll do is I'll just give you her Cash App. And if anybody wants to donate specifically for this cause without me telling who it is, and I hope it don't show up. I'm sorry if I do that, but I know you need the help. So, but the Cash App number is, I think you put the dollar sign, like the dollar sign, and then ARC cards, ARKCARDS. If you can give $5, $10, whatever you can give to reach the goal of a couple of $100s to help our starseed sister out, I know she would appreciate it, and I would appreciate you guys if you can help her out as well. Yeah, basically that's all I wanted to say. But listen, guys, I'm going to pop in the chat now, and I want you guys to tell me where you think we are on this timeline. Give me your thoughts briefly of what do you think, what's going on. And let me just pop in and say hi. Let me say hi. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to touch on, remember I said I wanted to tell you about that live I caught with Dolores Cannon's daughter. But anyway, she was channeling, she was whatever she was doing. And they asked about, did anyone, what she was asking, was anyone in the room, have they experienced seeing some type of being or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that was me. So I keyed in that being that I saw in my cabin that I called Anunnaki dude. Uh, the one that I said was he, this thing, and I say he, because I never saw the face, but it was just that the structure of the being was very muscular and tall and masculine. And so anyway, I described what I saw, and then what came back was what I probably saw, or what I most likely saw, was a reflection of my former self. So what I saw in the cabin was me. And when that was brought up, it stirred something inside of me. And it was like a light bulb went off, because remember how I've been saying that I feel like I want to fight. I have this very loving, nurturing, empathetic side to me, but I also have this burning that I am a warrior and I want to kick some ass. And it kind of made sense to me. I saw myself. We are everything that we see are reflections of ourselves. So, fellow selves out there, again, remember who and what we are. And we have to love and support each other. This is the time, actually, that maybe this is the sifting work, possibly. Because as creator gods and goddesses, we are, we should be doing everything in love. So once we consciously remember who we are, that we are sovereign free spirit beings, and everything that we see is a reflection of us. It's time for us, let me put it the way, I should not say it's time for us, because this is free choice. My choice is to be done with this negativity and that lower vibration. I'm ready to move on. So I'm doing everything that I can to operate in that high love vibration. And if there's any out there that are still doing underhanded stuff, taking advantage of people, hurting people, being vindictive, or anything like that, you better stop, unless that's your choice. Maybe it's your choice to stay in that lower vibration. But it's time for us to go. It's time for us to go. But anyway, it sort of made sense to me. It sort of clicked. Instead of me asking the Anunnaki dude to come back, I am the Anunnaki dude. How about that? How about that? Okay, let me go in here. Nicole, hello, my darling. You cramping too? I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart. All I can tell you is potassium, magnesium, stretching, massage, lots and lots of water, and meditation. Yeah. And it is a battle. It is about a battle. But what the research that I've done across the board is we are physically changing from the 3D to 5D. We're turning into our crystalline bodies. And it's different. So we're going to have these aches and pains and twicks and twerks, and it's okay. So keep that in mind. Do all the things, that I'm doing, but also keep in mind, because now when I get the cramping too, like you said, it's a reminder. Yeah, the crap hurts, but it's also a reminder that we're changing into those butterflies. We're coming out of our chrysalis. That's the best way I can describe it. We're coming out of our chrysalis. Kev Star, hi, darling. Yes, I'm having a wonderful day. Survive the end times. Ralph Smarts just popped up. I'll check him out later. Hi, Candy. Yeah, and I got my email, Candy. I don't know if I think you did respond to me, but I got the email. Yep. Okay, Tanya. Hi, Tanya Little. How are you, sweetie? Southern Balls lady. Hello, my darling. Good to see you. Luana. Why would he say that? There would have been a pandemic years ago. Yep. It was a plan. This was all planned. All this stuff with Kazoo. No, no, not Kazoo. Let me just say their names. Fauci. Follow the money. Follow the money. This has been an elaborate plan too, and it's all coming out. The age of Aquarius, everything done in the dark is coming to light. Coming to light, if that's the timeline that we're in. Hello, Bill, my darling. Good to see you. Give the babies kisses for me. Hi, Corinda. Let's see, Nicole, Goddess. They say it's CERN shooting grids from their cylinder over in Sweden and France. They're trying to take out the coastline. Yes. And the quickest way. Can you imagine how many folks this is going to take out if this does happen? All the people that are poor, the poor people that can't get out the cities, they're going to go. All the old people or disabled people, they're going to go. Yeah. All over the coastline. You know how much that's going to free in Social Security and useless eaters, as they call them, that is going to get rid of? Again, the cabal and the cabad's agenda is to cull the herd. They're culling the herd, and they're actively doing it now. It seems as though they're actively executing their plan right now. And again, when I say prophecy and scripted prophecy, in the scriptures it says just like in the days of Noah, they will be eating and drinking and getting married, and everything is fine until that day is suddenly upon them. So will be the day of the Son of Man. Prophecy or scripted prophecy. Clearly, something is happening. And it's for us to just be aware, use discernment, and just keep watch. Just keep watch, but no fear. Because the problem, then sell the solution to the solution is the American government way. Yes, they start chaos. And again, from the phoenix rising. What is it? How's that saying go? Order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. So it makes sense. They're creating the chaos. Woo, the chaos. And then they're going to come in with the solution. Because the government is not fixing it. Our government is obviously failing us according to what we're seeing. So if the government crumbles, New World Order. Prophecy or scripted prophecy? Hello, Andrea. How are you, darling? Awesome. Welcome. You are battling the devil along with the rest of the patriots. Maybe someday your family will see the light. We will love them into the truth. Absolutely. Do what we can. Uh-oh. What did I do? I pressed the wrong button again. Hang on. Yeah, we can do what we can do. Again, this is a reminder too. It is not our job to wake up nobody else. It's our job to wake up and to get our bearings and fulfill whatever we're supposed to do. But as we're awakening, our light becomes brighter. And hopefully, because our light is shining brighter, that reflection will kind of wake other people up. And in the past, I've been pretty guilty of trying to, you gotta wake up. That's not our job. Everyone awakens when it's time for them to awake. Because, again, I could use myself as a child. I knew that what was happening around me was not real. And I always felt that I was here for something different. I always felt different from everyone around me. And I think I mentioned that before. I remember as a child remembering that if I ceased to exist, the world would fall apart. And I know that's crazy, but we are all here for a reason. And we're all here to do something, whatever that something is. But whatever that something is, step into your power and do it. And do it. Yes. Now they're talking about mixing the poke juice. Yeah. Mm-mm. And then listen to backtrack from Biden's mouth, from Pelosi's mouth, from Saki's mouth. I think that's how you say her name. These pokes would never, ever be mandated, but they are now. Now, again, a mandate is not a law. However, that's showing about their word, about their word. And now this latest thing with the current saying that if our police officers and health workers, anybody who does not want to take the poke in certain places or whatever, bye, you're fired. Go. So if all these people can't go to work, who's gonna? This is an elaborate plan. Elaborate plan. Absolutely. Yes, they're talking about definitely mixing the pokes, and I appreciate that, Luana. I got it. I got it. Got to be careful. You're so smart, Mark. I can't say I can't say I'm smart, um, Andrea. I'm just. Let's put it open-minded, and I'm listening, and I'm using that little voice, who's really the big voice, listening to that inner. My dear husband took the thing. I am devastated. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my sister. I totally empathize with you there. He still thinks that the tells the truth. Yeah. I choose to believe that I was placed in my family for a reason. Absolutely, you were. We all were, sweetheart. We all. What I try and do is just sit, and when difficulties hit me, like the situation I'm in right now, with family members who've taken the poke, and you know, possible romantic relationships, and the relationship that I had with my former partner, who I dearly love, but he took the poke, and there's absolutely no type of way I could reconcile with that, because we're on totally different um, vibrations. My heart goes out to you, Andrew, but hang in there, girl. You're right. You are here for a reason. You were placed in that family for a reason. Go inside and try and ask what your task is. Ask for guidance of what you're here for. Oh, China is the cabal. It's a possibility. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Jacob Israel is another one that did another video, because he likes to, not he likes, but he gets these I'll say revelations, or he gets these thoughts, and I think that he's actually he's on to a lot of things that he said early on. They're happening today just the way he pointed it out. So he's worth to take a look at as well, for sure. But he mentioned something about that 1% possibly being the king of the East versus the king of the West. Just go to his last video. I'm bad about doing the whole putting it in the description, but Jacob Israel, go look at his last video. Andrea says, I call myself a warrior princess. That girl, I'm a warrior queen. I'm serious. I want to go get me some leather pants and a leather long jacket, my Trinity outfit, but with some African Egyptian garb on top of it. With my honor, I don't know. But I hear warrior queen, I like that. Spirit journey, hello, sweetheart. Um, Staying at high vibration and frequency at all times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't go low. Stay high. Stay high, baby. Hi, Sacagawea. Nice to see you. Good to see you again too. They have been planning this since 1999. Maybe Prince knew something. 1999. And then the Mayan calendar. They say that the world ended, actually. The timeline ended in 2012, just like the Mayans said. But what has occurred, this is another possibility, because according to the Mayan calendar, the world ended, or the timeline ended in 2012. But the Cabal and the Kabad did something with CERN or the timeline. They were able to do something to where they push the clock back somehow. So we already gone, and this hologram is just keep going. And to get out of this is we all have to wake up and say, hey, the film is over. It's just looping again. Okay, it's time to get off the ride. That's another possibility. So we shall see. We shall see. This is fascinating to me. Part of me is ready. 33 in the room. I love to see, again, I'm seeing those numbers again. 33, and 40, 44, 44. Because I keep saying those numbers. Yes. Dark light, soul fire. Peace and love and high vibrations. Thank you, dark light. Are you high enough that you won't flood? The spot where I am, Candy, actually I did kind of like the Navy map in case there was a catastrophic earthquake. If something catastrophic happened, then where I am right now, which is the highest point on the whole 500 acres that I'm on, I am at it's so funny because I am at the very highest point. And I don't know how that happened, but instinctively, I just felt that's where I needed to be. So I am at the highest point where we are on the 500 acres. But if something truly big happened, where I am would be underwater or oceanfront property, even being at the highest point. Yeah. But I still feel okay here. I really do. I still feel okay here. I feel safe here. I felt like I was drawn to this area. So I'm sitting pretty. And the old timers that live here, Candy, they have been here for what, 50 years here. And this area has never flooded. We have a creek that runs through, and some areas, get high, but where we are, where everyone is situated, it has never flooded. So we shall see. Hi, I am Nancy. Good to see you. Madeline, welcome. First time to see you live. Must be a reason. I am so glad that you joined us, Madeline. I hope you glean something, from us rattling off here. We're just starseeds, awakening folks, whatever you want to call us, in different layers of our awakening. And this is just a safe spot where we can come and meet and kind of talk to each other and touch base, and hopefully we don't call each other crazy too much. I agree with you about awakening others. Our only job is to love them. Yes, yes, absolutely. You always felt different too, Andrea. We're here for a reason, guys. We are here for a reason. And there's a reason why we're all here in this room too. As some probably run away and say, don't put me with them crazy people. But there's a reason. Everything happens for a reason. We are placing each other's lives. Um, Soul contracts. I totally believe that a lot of us, we're all participating in this hologram. And the thing is I have awakened enough to realize what this is. And it has been fun. It's been crazy. It's been difficult. I've learned a lot of things through this timeline. Um, I've experienced a lot, but I know I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do this particular scenario again. And the close people in my life, um, I'm paying close attention to, trying to pick up what the lessons that I should learn this time around, especially ones that I haven't have been in conflict with. I pay especially close attention uh, to those, to get an understanding of what's going on. And maybe this is our way of time travel. I don't know. To go back and right past wrongs, possibly. I don't know. But this time around, for me, with the difficulties I've had with certain people, now I'm able to step back and say, I get it. And I have been able with some of them to go to them face to face and say, I realize a lot of why we had difficulties, and for us to be able to sit with each other, and I guess in essence to resolve it. I don't know. It's been fascinating. Let's see. Nancy says, my husband is awake in every way except the scripted prophecy in the Bible. JW Steele. Okay, well, just be there, Nancy. Just be there for him. Allison, what's the Cash App address? Okay, let me look at it again. It's like the dollar sign, with the dollar sign, and then ARK cards, CARDS, all one word. The dollar sign and then arkcards, and that's our Starseed Sisters um, Cash App account. So whatever you can send, $1, $5, $10, whatever you can send. I'm trying to help her get at least a couple of $100, so she can, you know, get where she needs to go. Thank you guys so much. If you're able to do that, I really appreciate helping our sister. Pyramid 7. Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. James Funderburk. Awesome. It's been a long time since I've caught your live. Good to see you. I'm so glad to see you again. James, where are you again, James? Aren't you in the United Kingdom somewhere? Yeah, and if you're able to tell us where you are, or wherever you are, check. Actually, if you guys can tell me anything odd happening wherever you are, that I would love to hear that, because a lot of people are saying that they're seeing a lot of UN white trucks in places where they're not supposed to be, all over the United States. So if you have seen anything like that, let me know. Let me know. People can have sense, yes. When CERN experimented with the Hughes boson particle, aka, yes, God particle. And I saw some information about that too, Madeline. Um, they say that they found God. God is like some kind of little microchip. And then they messed with the timeline or something, or they opened up portals and it caused different entities to be able to come in, malevolent and benevolent. But we shall see. And again, we can talk about prophecy or scripted prophecy. In the Bible, it says that in the last days, men will faint from fear from what they see. So if these portals were opened and these beings are coming in or have come in, things are changing. It's just going to be a matter of time where they're going to show themselves, to where we'll all be able. A lot of people whose pineal glands have opened can see them. I don't think mine has, or mine is still kind of sketchy because mine is not coming through totally. But there are some people that have awakened enough to where they see these beings, but because they're in that awakened state, they're standing in their own power. So again, is this prophecy or scripted prophecy? But we people may start seeing some weird stuff. So if y'all start seeing weird stuff, again, get yourself grounded. Remember who and what you are. No fear. Remember, the only thing that they can do to us is kill the meat suit, because they can't touch that eternal being that we are inside. So no fear. No fear. Love all, love all. Hey, hey, baby. Are you on the New Madrid false line? Yes. It's not, yeah. I'm not on the fault line, but it's just far enough to where it could go either way for me. I could have beautiful oceanfront property, or I'd be in ocean. Either or, I'm good. Either or, I am good. I am Nancy, the lady that Jeff Daugherty interviewed him. I don't know who the lady that Jeff Daugherty interviewed him. I'm not sure what you're talking about, baby. Let me know what you're talking about for sure. Iris exposing. I don't think what you said is crazy at all. You have such a bright and beautiful spirit that I think the world will fall apart. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. But we are all facets of source. We all have our own independent talents and skills and insights. Say, for instance, the pinky toe is not more important than the pinky finger. The eye is not more important than your big toe. Because if you take your big toe off, it throws your whole balance off. You lose the eye, it throws your whole balance off. We all have a very important function as a facet of source. We all play our part. Every one of us. Oh, he's in Caldwell, Idaho. Wow. Um, I I think I've been hearing a lot of sightings in Idaho, James. You've been seeing any weird stuff happening in your neck of the woods? Meg Alexander, hello. New York City, hello. How are you doing? I don't know what it's really like in New York City. I've been hearing a lot of stuff on the news saying that the people are just robbing stores, walking in, taking what they want, and the streets are deserted. Is that true, Mag? Let us know. I have to guide him so he won't have a spiritual crash landing. Yes, absolutely. We're exactly where we're supposed to be, guys. We're where we're supposed to be. And when things really start unfolding, we're going to be those lights. We're going to be those ones standing and saying, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Spirit journey. Okay. They're saying hi to each other. It's a particle they found that is in all of creation. That is what CERN stated. Wow. Yeah. And guys, this whole thing with this spiritual journey that started for me sort of like being on a religious plane, you know, about God and Jesus, you know, and all that. And I don't think it's about that at all. My core say that that's not it at all. Paul Wallace, um, I watch a lot, the fifth kind, Paul Wallace. He does a lot of in-depth research on the Anunnaki, those ancient stories. There is something to that, guys, because not only the Sumerian stories, but in stories all over the world, they're basically telling the same story as this whole Sumerian, um, that humans are some type of hybrid. Yeah. And it was just not one time. And that would kind of explain the whole book of Genesis, to where there's more than one creation story. And I know a lot of people still say, no, there's more than one creation story. And then the more stuff they unearth, we're finding all kinds of different hominoid creatures. Some with little bitty faces and a big old giant 10 head, or the ones that have the narrow face with the head going the back that way. We have other creatures, skulls that they're finding of hobbit people with almost no brain capacity, and they're just weird looking things. Where did these things come from? History has been manipulated and covered up to cover up a secret. And because we're entering the age of Aquarius, those secrets are being revealed. We have been, not only have we, but our generations, thousands of years, have been purposefully misled. But this is the time of the awakening. Well, let's see. I have seen the white truck and and the and the career also over the place too, especially while I was in Miami, Florida this past April. I traveled all over Florida for 3 months, and the excess of white cars all over. Yes. Um, Last year I went to Florida myself, and also Texas, Galveston, Port Arthur area. And in Galveston Bay, it was tankers, military tankers, all in Galveston, Texas. And they had the trains coming in, and they had, it seemed like hundreds of military tanks in Port Arthur, Texas. High military concentration in Port Arthur, Texas. Why? Why? Yeah, something's, this is a plan, guys. Let's see. It jumped on me again. There we go. Madeline says they are now working to open a stargate or a transport to different dimensions. Yes, and guys, we can do. I really believe we can do this ourselves. We could do this ourselves here. Here, we can do this ourselves, because everything is not out here. Everything is in here. Everything is within. Everything that we seek is within. That's what keeps coming. Nicole Goddess says, I'm in New Jersey. Sure, it will swallow everything around me. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful place, but if what they're planning, and again, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't. But they're telling us what they plan to do. Yeah. Angela, yes, ma'am. We have military in town, no military base for 100 miles, and things flying around East Texas. Yes, ma'am. Some places, because police are catching and releasing. Yes. They go in the local store, grab all they want. Oh, I'm going to jail. Okay, bye. And they go back out, same grocery bag or plastic bag, and go rob some more again. This is all a plan. They want chaos. They want chaos because out of chaos comes order. That could be why they have all these UN white trucks strategically placed everywhere, because when everything falls down and they have to declare that M law, everything is in place to contain the true enemy. Yeah. 5 or 6 days ago, they spray boomed New York in different. They spray. They. I got you. Yes. They did it here too. I've noticed that as well, Angela. Here, because I pay attention to that for the past 3 days, 3 or 4 days. They've been doing the tic tac toe. Crossing, crisscrossing, all over the place. Beautiful blue skies in the morning, but they're crisscrossing all over the place. And by like 1 or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sky's all clouded. Can't see the sun, can't see nothing. Yeah. So what are they spraying? Iris Exposing says, I was in a Publix parking lot and 80% of the cars in the parking lot were white. Wow. So I took a picture and sent it to my mom so that she knew I wasn't seeing things, and I wasn't. Wow. It jumped on me again. Yes, if you can get a copy of The Fourth Turning by Neil Howe, it is a good book. Thanks for that tip, Meg. Madeline Burns, yes, I agree. I feel very, very deeply, Lemurian. Okay. And I've been listening to other folks about there's a possibility if this whole thing about, again, the Elohim says, let us create man in our image. And there were 12. What if it was 12 Elohim? I don't know for sure if that's the case or not. But what if the council, that it says the council of 9, but what if it was the 12 tribes? And the 12 tribes are different types of beings. So maybe we do have a stirring of when we hear a certain thing, or it just resonates with us. For me, whatever this Anunnaki thing with, I don't know if it's good, bad, maybe, and actually Anunnaki means the people that came from above. We don't know if these people, all of these beings were, we don't know if all of them were good or if all of them were bad. But there's something there. I feel something toward the Anunnaki. I am not, whatever this being was that I saw. And again, maybe the reason why I wasn't afraid is because I knew inherently that it was me, or I had some connection to whatever I was seeing. So I can totally empathize with you, not empathize, but resonate with what you said, Madeline, that you feel something Lemurian, whatever this I call Anunnaki. And it may not even be Anunnaki. It could be Naga, or it can't be Draco. It just can't be Draco. Unless I got some strong something else in me that canceled the Draco part out of me out. I don't know. I'm fascinated though, and I'm curious to see how everything turns out. Angela, okay, got it. Jehovah is not the true source. He's the weird Hebrew God. And thank you for saying that. I am Nancy. What I see is that Hebrew God, the one that says, you shall not have any other gods before me. Bring me the fat cows, bring me the fat, bring me the green herb, bring me all the blood, bring me some little children. No, that is not source. That is like you said, a weird little Hebrew God. And in the words of Jeffrey Daugherty, he calls him the rat bastard. The brother needs some Prozac. Sir Jiggy with it. Is this live? Yes, live. Woo-hoo. It is live, Jiggy, for sure. Um, but it wasn't just parking lots, driving the freeways in every city, in every major city. Yeah, something is definitely up. Yes, I am Nancy. Mr. Astrology is very helpful, and yes, I know that he is a ex-JW, and I listen to him as well because it makes a lot of sense. That's another a bit of research that I did because he speaks about that the kingdom of God is within, and it has everything to do with um, bringing that Christos, that oil, the anointing oil from your lower spine, from your lower chakra up, 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 and being able to get into that heart space. Yes, I know who you're talking about. I need to take a sip. Yes, I like to listen to him as well. He gets really passionate, though, especially with round earthers. Sometimes he gets a little insulting, and I don't think that's nice. You don't have to be ugly to call people stupid and retarded and stuff like that. I understand his frustration, but I don't know. That's just me. I don't like him calling people stupid and stuff. But he is a good source. The information he shares is fascinating. Let's see. Angela says, "Why did they stay close to the water? Why do they stay close to the water? Could be maybe they were in prep for all them. I don't know. Maybe all those cargo ships that's backed up. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good point though. Why do they stay close to the water? The more I research, the more I believe we are in devolution. Another name for the continuation of government. Yeah, they are definitely trying to impose a new system. Without a doubt, they're trying to bring in a new system for sure. Um, but it's time for us to stand in our own power. We are sovereign, free spirit beings. Maybe what we're supposed to be doing right now is just saying no. I mean, not pick up arms and all of that, but just say no. Hey, Michelle, you didn't receive a notification? Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, they're messing with me again. Again, I got close to breaking that 10,000 subscribers mark, and every time I get close to it, um, it seems like overnight it goes straight down again. No, it's just gone. So if you haven't subscribe to try and get. I'm trying to get over that 10,000 uh, mark, and I'm also going to be starting another backup channel because there's a lot of stuff I want to say, but I have to code it, and I think I am going to get another channel, a backup channel, to where I can say whatever I want to say, and I don't have to code anything. Anything. I'd love to be able to get everybody that's here to the other spot, because there's going to come a time where they're going to take this off, especially with some of the stuff I want to say. Yes. We have, yes, you have those trails here on clear and semi-clear days. Yes, they're blocking, they're either blocking something from us, or they're doing this grid thing because they're setting up a big old movie screen for the big holograph show, possibly. Possibly. You've been studying those trails for years. They put it in the jet fuel. Yes, I've seen interviews where in, what do you call it? They cover themselves up, but they said a lot of these pilots are whistleblowing too and saying, yes, they have been approached. Yes, they put some unknown stuff in the fuel or whatever. And when they drive around, they're instructed to spray it or release in certain areas, certain pre-designated areas. Why? New York does feel deserted. I live in Connecticut, 2 hours away. I drove to Florida last April, and there was no normal behavior anywhere. Like everyone disappeared. Yes, something. This is the new normal until the other new normal comes. Again, frog in the pot. It's. I look at where we were 2 years ago and look at where we are now as a people in America. And this is crazy. This is crazy. And I talk to family members or one person in particular, and each time I talk to him about what I'm seeing, he poo-poos me. Oh, it's always been like that. Oh, it's always been that way. They're doing this so they can raise the prices and do this, and don't worry about it. Everything's okay. Okay. Nancy says, I feel like I lost my tribe. Black sheep. That's okay. I'm a black sheep. You a black sheep. Well, you got a whole bunch of black sheep in here. Everybody say, bah! We black sheep, baby. Hey, it's okay. I am Nancy. You may have lost your biological or your familiar tribe, but we are also your tribe, Nancy. Did you say you broke up with your man because he got the needle? If so, where's the unconditional love? No, I did not say that. We had already broken up before this whole cornholio thing happened. We broke up because our spiritual paths were totally opposite directions. And we were constantly arguing. Wonderful man, treated me beautifully, just an amazing man. But this spiritual journey, I can't explain it. It has just, it took us on a totally different path, to where I felt like a brick was being put on me and I couldn't grow, if that makes any sense. And I needed the brick off of me because I gotta, it's hard for me to explain, but I still care a great deal about him. That he was wonderful to me, but each time we talk, he's on a totally different path than I am. We don't see eye to eye on that at all, and it's super important, um, to me, but for any person that I'm with as well, because if we're not in sync, I'm not getting my needs met, and the other person is not getting those needs met, and that's not a loving thing to do. And especially going into or trying to go into a relationship, if you already know that you're not in sync, why would you do that to the other person? Yeah, but there were times where I considered possibly, because he's such a good person, to see if we could work it out, and not talk so much about that. But after he got the Pope, that solidified it for me. There's no coming back, um, from that. So, um, you may call that unconditional love. I don't. I don't. I knew that I couldn't give him what he truly needed. So the loving thing to do was say, no, this is not going to work. Cynthia, let's see. You live in New York, and from what I see, Manhattan is almost back to normal. Really good. But the people seem just going through the motions, more robotic. To me, there's an emptiness. Funny that you should say that, Cynthia, because a lot of people, maybe those people that seem empty, maybe they got the poke. Because a lot of people are reporting that their family members or spouses, once they got the poke, they seem different, hollow, emotionless. Just something is just different about them. And then look at the movies. Loving husbands and fathers and boyfriends and girlfriends were fine and everything was great. And then one day something happened and they're like, oh, daddy don't sound like daddy. No. Oh, what's wrong with mama? What's wrong with my wife? What's wrong with my husband? What's wrong with my child? The truth in plain sight. And then I'm just talking about the movies. What about some of the physicians that are speaking about what's in this poke juice and how it does something, allegedly does something to alter your DNA? I don't know. Could something be changing folks that's got the poke? I don't know. Cynthia, I don't really understand different timeline ideas. Okay, say for instance, the way it's the way I kind of look at it, Cynthia, is okay. Say for instance, there's a bunch of bubbles. Okay, you know how you can get like a little bowl of bubbles. You know, let's do the milk. You go and you get all those bubbles up in the milk, and you have all these little individual bubbles. Each bubble is a dimension, but there may be another dimension, the next bubble right next to, could be right next to it, just a line right next to the next bubble. Those are timelines, and sometimes you can cross those timelines, kind of like Back to the Future. If you could go change, just go to a different dimension. And I was thinking about that yesterday when I was driving to the store. I'm driving from my home in the country going to the store, and the vehicle that I was in is a time machine. Think about it. Because if I was to get in my time machine and take off and drive 12 miles to town or 15 miles to town, and then my daughter decided she was going to go to town too, but she's going to walk, who's going to get there first? Me, because I'm in a time machine. So I'm going to get to town first. I'll be probably coming back, and she's still trying to go forward. Different dimensions. I hope that maybe that clarified it a little bit. Santo needs to zip it. Yeah, when he gets derogatory, he needs to zip it. But I understand. Let's see. Sir Jiggy says, if you broke up with your man, his needle must wasn't. Now that's ugly, Sir Jiggy. Don't be rude and crude like that. I just explained that. Maybe you wrote that before I put my explanation. But if that was supposed to be funny, that wasn't funny. Let's see. Andrea says, we are all black sheep. Yeah, black sheep. CERN is the modern day Tower of Babel. Yeah. And that's another thing Paul Wallace brought up too, guys, in one of his videos. He explains all these biblical accounts and puts it on a different spin according to the Sumerian cuneiform tablets. This Tower of Babel, it tells about the Battle of Gilgamesh, to where the gods realized that the people in Babel, they were building spaceships, they were connecting, they were doing it. And they said, oh, we can't let this happen. Oh no, we got to stop this. So they sprayed, look up the Battle of Gilgamesh. They sprayed something over them, and it caused them to stop being able to communicate with each other, confuse the languages. They lost what they had built themselves up to. They fixed it. They sprayed them or something to stop it. So check that out too. Oh, it jumped on me again. My brother in-law, who has been a military pilot since the 50s, will not touch chemtrails or flat earth. Top secret, not talking. My older sister had the poke. Her memory is failing. More hyper. Yeah. Yep. And again, check out that video too. Israeli News Live. The very last video that I think they did, or second to the last now, because they may have did some more videos after that. But follow the trail. It's going to send you to a different link. And the one I was telling you about, Dr. Carrie Maji, they feature that video, and you can watch it there, and you won't get, you'll be able to see it there. I can't do it here because they took it off from here. But she speaks about what's in the poke juice, and not in all of it, in some of the samples that she was able to examine, and what she saw in there was alive and had some type of intelligence. Check it out. Wayne Steiger did a video called We Are in the Wrong Timeline just last week. It was very interesting. I think I saw that too, Andrea, because I watch him as well. I watch a lot of different ones. And I'm finding that a lot of us here, we watch some of the same stuff, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, there's something with the timeline for sure. Telegram and Gree channel, we can speak freely. Okay, Telegram and Gree channel, we can speak freely. Many YouTubers are going there for their backup channel. Thank you. Thank you. I'll check that out, Michelle. Hello, Neil. Good to see you. Monica, I'd like to introduce you to look on YouTube and listen to this guy, Steve Darby. I've heard his name before. Look up CERN. The end, he may have some powerful truth. And a lot of people believe they will kill him of what he's sharing. I'll check it out. I've heard his name before, but I will definitely check that out. Tony says, yes, backup channel. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay, I've been on here an hour and 16 minutes now, guys. Thank you for joining me. Again, no fear. And yes, I think my personal stirring is I'm looking around me, and this particular timeline that we're in, and I keep manifesting, I want to get out of this timeline. I really do. I want out of this timeline, and I'm just pushing for peace and love and harmony and just wonderfulness for all of mankind. But then again, part of me kind of wants to see some of this stuff happen too. So I'm having to really be real with myself. Am I manifesting some of this stuff too? Because I want to see some of this stuff. I don't want people to suffer, but I don't know. Is that ego talking? I don't know. Anyway, let me get out of here, guys. Staying at high love vibration. No fear. Be that light. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, my babies.